Okay, this is a continuation of making our miniature Pokemon ball. We already started with the white on my other video, and you can see on the bottom how it's a half a circle. So we already did that part. So now we're going to do the red side. So we'll put that down. So what we need to do first is make a magic ring. So we're going to tie a knot around our crochet hook at the largest part of the hook. There we go. So now we are going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. So you're not the chain where the yarn is going through, the other chain, the furthest one from your crochet hook. You're going to go into that loop, and you are going to, you only want it to go through, because there's actually, in that one chain, there's actually 3 pieces of yarn, and you only want to go through one of them. So you're going to do a normal stitch. We're going to do 6 stitches in this one chain. So 1, 2, I always do 3 before that piece of yarn hanging down, and then 3 after that. So there's 3. And then I'll show you what it looks like in just a moment. And then on the other side of that, there's 4, 5, 6. So see, you have 6 stitches in that one chain. That's called a magic ring. So now we want to do 2 stitches in each stitch. So we'll have a total of 12. I always use my plastic needle to get that first stitch going. I like stretch it up so that the crochet hook fits under it just fine. So let's go on that one first and do 1, 2. So crochet along with me. Sometimes that first stitch will get stuck, so I'm going to start it over because mine did that. There we go. So there's 1, 2, so crochet along with me, 2 in each one. So this is 3, 4, we want a total of 12. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's another one that's a little stuck, so we'll help it pick it up a little bit. 9, 10, 11, 12. Now let's double check. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now, out of those 12, we want to do 2 in each one, so that we'll have, or no, we want to get up to 18 first. So we want to do 1 in the first stitch, and then 2 in the next. And we're going to repeat that around until we have 18. So we did 1, so here's 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So now this is what it'll look like so far, and this is what it looks like from the other side. So now we want to get up to 24. So we're going to put a stitch marker in there so you learn how to do that. So instead of using those little plastic ones that snag the yarn, we're just going to push your crochet hook through the stitch that you're on, and you're going to put a different color yarn on there. And I got white, You're going to pull that through. Hold on to the one side so the whole thing don't come through. You only want to pull through half, and then put your hook back in there, pull that tight, and now you got a stitch marker. So now we are going to go 1 in the first stitch, 1 in the second stitch, and then 2 in the stitch after that. And you're going to repeat that around till you have 24. So crochet along with me. So you got 1, 2, here's where you do double, 3, 4, and then we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we're almost there, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and your last one where the stitch marker was, you're going to do your 23 and 24. So I normally don't use a stitch marker because I just count them out, but we will do that just for you so you can get practice with using it in case you have a lot of distractions around you. Okay, whoops, you want to make sure that you put your crochet hook back in there right. Okay, so we'll pull that tight. Now we're going to do another, just single stitches all the way around. So you're going to do 24. 1, crochet with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My stitches are a little tight. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and our last one is 24. So we got to do that one more time. So I'm going to leave the stitch marker out. We're just going to count them out. So crochet along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My stitches are really tight. 12. Okay, we are halfway there. Whoops, we got a knot in here. Every now and then you're gonna get, your yarn is gonna get tangled, and it's very frustrating. But you just gotta have patience. So there, we got that untangled. We were on 12. So here's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. My stitch marker ended up in my hand. 19, I think I was on 19. I guess I should have used a stitch marker. And this is 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so now we're going to turn it right side out. So now we are going to, first we're going to cut it. I'm going to put this back in and do a slip stitch. So a slip stitch, you're going to push this through, pull your yarn through, and you're just going to go through the other loop that's on there. But I'm still going to go pull it up here, put the yarn through, and then pull it, not real tight, just tight enough, and because you don't want to ruin that 24 stitch. So as you can see, here's our two colors, and now we are going to use the color black. And when we have the color black on there, we'll get that halfway done, and then we will start to stuff the cotton in. So we're going to do the same thing with tying it around here. And then after we stitch those two together with the black yarn, and you have your yarn in there and you finish it off, then you got to make the little button thing that goes on there. So that would be this little button thing. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to start the stitch after where you finish it off, after your knot. So you're going to put the crochet hook through there, and I'm doing the one, it's, when you're looking at it this way, it's still after it, it's just upside down from the other one, so it'd be a little different from there. So now we are going to, you have it through both of them, you're gonna grab your black yarn, put it through there, cross over and pull it through those two loops, the two black loops. So this is what it looks like. Now we're just going to do this all the way around. So I put it through the white chain, through the red chain, grab your black yarn, pull it through, and continue that all the way around. When we get 3/4 of the way, we are going to stop and stuff it with cotton. So do this along with me. So as you can see this is what it looks like from the red side, and that's what it looks like from the white side. I like making little Pokemon balls this way. So a great idea for this little Pokemon ball would be a cat toy. So if you left the strings hanging, that would be a great cat toy. It'd be just a little ball, and you could even stuff it with catnip. My daughter-in-law gave me that idea. She said, geez, I would really like to see you make something that I could put catnip in for my cat. So I was making these anyway, so that's what made me think of that, because I don't have any cats, but I love cats. Okay, so pretty soon we're going to stuff the cotton inside. And for now, I'm just leaving those strings hanging out, because when we're all, well, that one string will live inside there, and this one. But these two strings, or these 3 strings, we're going to take care of afterwards. But the 2 that were hanging from the magic ring, those ones you can leave inside. So let's continue this. We're doing very well. So if you made it this far, you should be pretty proud of yourself, because this is going to be pretty cool when you're done. If you like Pokemon stuff, or you have a child or a grandchild that likes stuff like that, then they will love this. So I just make stuff like this for my grandkids. They enjoy stuff like that. Okay, so now we're far enough to where we should put the cotton in. So see how it's looking so far? It's starting to look like a Pokemon ball. So about that much cotton. Get it all balled up. Put it right inside, stuff it right inside there. So you want to keep the cotton away from where you are putting your stitches together, because if you need to take the yarn out for some reason to start over, it's very hard to do when you got cotton tangled in there. So let's continue on. Go through the white and then through the red. We're almost done with this part. Alright, we're getting close to the end here, so you want to make sure you try to make it look as neat as possible, which it does get hard when you get near the end. No matter what project you're doing. I make a lot of dolls, but I will make the body part and then the head separate, and then I'll stitch them together at the neck. So I do stuff like this all the time. Okay, so let's see how many stitches we got left, because you don't want to forget any. So we actually have 3 on this side and 3 on that side, so just make sure you go through them. Like I said, it gets hard when you get near the end. You want to try to keep it as neat as possible so it looks nice and uniform. Oh, I just pulled it out. Okay, so let's try that one all over again. Alright, we got one more. Let's get it through the red part too. Alright, so all this stuff will be hidden after we tie it off and stuff. It'll be hidden behind the little Pokemon button. So, alright. So now we're going to tie this off and start to shape it. Okay, so you are going to want to... Actually, we're going to put a slip stitch in there so it goes together. So we can have it. Let's see, yeah, like this. Alright, so we're gonna go cross right over this other stuff because that's gonna be tucked inside the Pokemon ball. But you're gonna wanna get the needle inside that next one, grab your yarn, pull it through, make it a slip stitch. So this one loop will just go inside of the other loop. And we're going to cut it. There's scissors. And you're going to want to push the yarn down, pull it tight. And now we got 4 strings. This one's a little long, so we're just going to trim that. We are going to tie strings together and then tuck it inside the Pokemon ball. So let's tie these 2 together, the white and the black, and then the red and the black. Okay, so everything's nice and secure. It should be looking like this. So now let's get rid of all these strings. So you got your little plastic needle. So take your first black string, or yarn I should say, and you're going to want to hide these knots you made. See that knot right there? So we are going to go inside right here and then bring your needle up through here so it pulls. And sometimes it's going to be hard to pull through, so try not to destroy your work while you're doing this. Okay, so we pulled that through. And we're going to cut it off right here. Now let's do the white. I'm going to fish the white through the end of the needle here. See? Some people have metal ones, but I like the plastic ones. So you're going to put this right through here, right next to where this is. If you can get that in that same stitch, it'll actually pull that knot right out of there. Cotton is very hard to fish stuff through, but you can do it if you just take your time and have lots of patience. Okay, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect right here because you're going to have your button there. But let's get rid of all this excess yarn that's sitting all over the place. But I am going to keep the red one on there, so when I finish my button, I'll have something to tie it to, and then I'll do the same thing with that I'm doing right now with these ones. There'll be 2 more strings to take care of. So you just fish it down through there. Find a place to come out at without destroying your work. So we'll do it right here. See how it pulled that ball right out through there? There was where your knot was, it pulled it right through there. Oops, now it's trying to come out. But we can cover it with our buttons, so it don't matter. Okay, so I'm going to start a new video with us making the button.